From an ICE drawdown in Minnesota and a new push to protect prayer in public schools to a White House launch to lower drug prices. NTD's Daniel Monaghan has your White House week in review.
White House Border Czar Tom Homan said unprecedented cooperation with local law enforcement enabled changes in the Minnesota deployment.
We'll draw down 700 people effective today.
Homan says they also moved immediately to prioritize full body cam deployment. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem visited the U.S.-Mexico border this week.
It is so quiet here now today that sometimes we even forget how bad it was just a little over a year ago.
A study from the Council on Criminal Justice showed the murder rate in America's largest cities plummeted in 2025 to its lowest level since at least 1900, marking the largest single-year drop in murders on record.
This dramatic decline is what happens when a president secures the border, fully mobilizes federal law enforcement to arrest violent criminals, and aggressively deports the worst of the worst illegal aliens from our country.
President Trump spoke at the National Prayer Breakfast.
Under the Trump administration, we're standing strongly behind Americans of faith, stopping the attacks on our values, our traditions, defending religious liberty, like no president, I believe like no president has ever done before.
The president announced forthcoming federal guidance supporting the right to prayer in public schools.
I'm also pleased to announce that the Department of Education is officially issuing its new guidance to protect the right to prayer in our public schools. That's a big deal.
The White House defended National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard after her presence at a Georgia election center raid drew criticism.
What I'm telling you is that it is more than appropriate. In fact, it is Tulsi Gabbard's job to ensure that our elections are safe and secure, and that's exactly what she's been doing on the ground in Georgia.
President Trump launched the new TrumpRx.gov website, promising patients cheaper medication costs.
Starting tonight, dozens of the most commonly used prescription drugs will be available at dramatic discounts for all consumers throughout a new website.
The president's leadership on price transparency and on reducing the cost of medications, some of which are essential in my fertility treatments, has a real and immediate impact.
President Trump rejected extending the New START nuclear arms control treaty with Russia.
The president wants to have our nuclear experts work on a new, improved, and modernized treaty that can last long into the future.
Trump met with Colombian President Gustavo Petro, who said Trump gifted him a Make America Great cap.
I wrote on it with a marker that was there. I added an S. Make the Americas great.
Americas grande.
I thought he was terrific. He's very good. He got along great.
Vice President J.D. Vance was in Italy with his family for the Olympics. The games are being held from February 6th to the 22nd. The Justice Department announced that what it called an Antifa domestic terrorist was arrested in Minneapolis. Attorney General Pam Bondi reacted, saying if you come for law enforcement, the Trump administration will come for you. Daniel Monaghan, NTD News.